Halito, halito, halito. Chuma chukma. What's happening, beloveds? How you beautiful ones doing today? It is May 1st, 2020 on the Gregorian calendar, and I hope everybody is feeling fine and everything is healthy. So I wanted to do a really short build, specifically here at No Grandma Killers, and on the Wild Feathers page on Facebook. We had a really dope build last night. I showed some of my genealogy. I'll be going back over some of it as well, especially the new findings that I've had. I will be going back over, and then there was another family that I'm looking to pay closer attention to as well. I have some Burses and Harrises that I want to pay some special detail to. But this one, I think I made a mistake with the way that it's titled, because it really should be Grave Digging, the Ancestors Speak from Beyond. And the reason why, because it's very important. And there was just a small, minute detail that I found out as I searched for one of my own ancestors, more that died more recently. They passed away in the 60s, before we were born. And we found the grave. There is a headstone, but we kind of want to dress it up. So I know I have personally never been to my aunt's grave. I am going to go to New Jersey and visit with her before I leave New York. So now I have another assignment. I've already started managing her Find a Grave website. I put a picture up there because no one's visited her grave in over 50 years that I know of. I can't say everybody in the family has it, but there's no one that I can say has said, "Hey, I went to go visit Aunt Anna's grave." So that's that to me. So I want to make sure that we pay some homage to her. I'm going to bring her flowers. So right now I'm just doing a virtual flower thing. I found her on Find a Grave. So I go and I leave, you can leave the comments. You can make yourself the manager of the accounts. I have several of the accounts for my ancestors that I manage. Sometimes if I'm in a graveyard somewhere, I will take pictures of other people's graves, of other people's mausoleums, their mosque and stuff. Now that I know what I know, I would do that just to contribute to the database for Find a Grave or 6 billion graves. Not that you get paid for it or anything, but it's important. So if you have a 90-year-old person that's thinking about somebody that was buried here when they first, got here to America or whatever, they can't physically travel to the grave, but they can look at it from their computer. So a lot of them aren't updated. So it's a voluntary thing that people are able to do And I don't mind doing it, especially since I'm already going to be looking specifically for ancestors. If I'm already at the graveyard, it's not going to take anything for me to take pictures and upload it for the next person to come and find their loved one, right? So now what happens is, and this is very important. So now when we finally found our aunt, and keep in mind, 55 years go by, cemeteries are not the same names. They've been transferred over. They're no longer the family business or anything like that sometimes. So what happens is you don't speak to the same person that was there when you had the funeral 55 years ago, right? More than likely, they're no longer around. Um, so it kind of leaves a lot of information that you don't have, like who paid for the funeral when Grandpa died back in 1970, such and such. Who has a plot? So now I said that to say that it is very important. These graves are absolutely important. So what you can do, what you should do, is also a part of genealogy. You want to be familiar with cemetery and burial records, because not only can you find your ancestors, but you can also find the ones that have no gravestones, haven't been paid any attention to over the course of some years. Um, and you can draw from that because the energy never dies. I'm telling y'all, I think a lot of my charge comes from the ancestors and how my desire to connect with them, my desire to understand what's going on, my desire to know what happened, what is my history, who was involved, so that no one can dictate it for me. And this here happens to be, it seems like a really small, minute caveat, but it's really a spicy meatball, because now that we found where the grave is, what we're going to do as far as getting a gigantic headstone engraved with some, of course, some really kind words. She's been neglected for over 45 years. So we need to put in a collection and make sure she has a bomb ass headstone, which are totally expensive, not inexpensive at all. So now we also find out that my oldest uncle, who's already purchased his own plots, didn't realize that when they bought my aunt's, his was there too, from back in the 60s. So now that you can those are worth money. Those are worth money. But if my uncle decided to be buried there, let's say something would have happened, and that he's probably decided for himself where he'd like to be buried. He's a retired engineer. So he's, those people don't retire without having plans for the rest of their lives. You get what I'm saying? He's a numbers guy. But he buys his own plot, but yet he has one. And there's also another family. So we have two family plots. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, is actually, she's less than 6 blocks away from me. I walk over and see her all the time. Sometimes when I take my walk to the store, I go around the long way. I know that we have me and the siblings. I know that we have some space next to grandma over there. My grandfather, his desire was to be cremated, and I used to want to be cremated, and I thought that that would be the best for me. Just the idea of thinking that when I'm dead, I don't want worms and bugs and all of that crawling inside of me. Well, the end of the day, cremation, I feel if I can talk to my younger self, those are one of the things that I would tell my younger self. You don't want to be cremated. And if I can go back in time, where the grandparents would give us that, well, grandma and grandpa ain't gonna live forever now, baby. You better learn this and you better learn that because we ain't gonna be here forever. Those conversations that you actually hated having with them being younger. But had I known that my grandfather wanting to be cremated would stop me from getting to another level as far as knowing the tangible bloodline history and genealogy, I would have begged him not to be cremated. Because now what can we do? We can't go in the urn and sift through ashes and find any clues. Just residue of what once was. So I said that to say, reconsider how it is that you want. So now here it is that there's a plot there for several other family members that they don't even know exist. And it was purchased and attached over 55 years ago. So now they done bought their own way to bury themselves and put their final party um, to task. Meanwhile, they already had this set up. So if that was my grandmother's first daughter, her oldest daughter, so they were pregnant at the same time while my grandmother was having her last child, who is my youngest aunt. My aunt passed away giving birth to my oldest cousin. So now when I think about that emotionally, how did my grandmother deal with that? See, because she's a mom and grandmom to everybody else, but how did she never had a chance to voice how she felt about her first daughter dying, giving birth to my cousin. They're a month apart. That's an experience if you are 46 and you're having your last baby, and your first daughter is having your first grandchild, her first child. And my aunt didn't make it. I was under the impression from the trickle down word of mouth that my aunt died several months after my cousin was born. I didn't know she died on the table. She died on the table in 1962. So, childbirth. So that's what happened. So all this time, now I said that to say, you definitely want to find out. And if you don't have a plot, if you don't have a parcel, you might want to invest in one. They're very expensive. Nobody wants to scramble and have to beg a church that you couldn't stand to host your free funeral, right? You don't want to not be prepared. So now you can contact some of these cemeteries and you can find burial records, cemetery records. You can see some of them are very good preservationists. You'll be able to see the links of the people that signed the goddamn book at great granddad's funeral with their address and stuff. So you can still see what family came from near and far to be there when this particular loved one passed away. That's also going to do what? Verify kinship and kith. It'll verify kith and kinship. And if you guys don't know what kith is, kith, Kith, kith is your very, very close family friends. You know how I tell you guys that we have 6 generations of friends? My grandmother's friends are my mother and my aunt's friends. And all of their kids are me and my siblings and cousins' friends. And all of our kids they're all friends together. So we have like 6 generations of family, friends and family that move together the same as a family. There's no bloodline relation, but these people been friends, family, right, for over 6 decades, long before I got here. Each one of them had a best friend out of my grandmother's kids. So we all have that, and that is what you call kithship. So if y'all haven't heard that, I'll be running that word a lot. I'll be running that word a lot because it makes a lot of sense. And we actually have that. And those kind of words kind of tend to go out of style. But if you saw that in some sort of letter regarding an estate or something like that left to their kith, you know that they left some things to their friends. So if you look up the definition of the word kith, Kith, it kind of looks like Keith, but that's not. Um, and the kith is one's friends, acquaintances, relations in close proximity. So when I say kith and kin, I mean your family, but also the close people to the family that's just like your kin, you know? So but anyway, find it and make what'd you say, coach?
Ones that's real, real close to the family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So maybe you can put something down on a plot. Maybe you can put something down. We got to put this shit on layaway. Nobody knows exactly what their expiration date is. Nobody knows when they'll have to bury someone else. So an ounce of prevention's absolutely worth a pound of cure. But I'm telling you, these burial sites, they hold a lot of information. They hold a lot of information on the ancestors, and that may be something that you're not thinking of. So definitely, if you go through Find a Grave, and sometimes there'll be 20 different variations, and you'll say, hey, well, I know grandma's from Texas. Why in the hell would this graveyard be somewhere in Maryland? You never know. You never know. Why would we never lived in New Jersey when they came from Virginia? They did live in Harlem. My grandmother lived in Harlem. She did live uptown in the Bronx for a period of time, apparently before they bought this house, but never lived in New Jersey. But yet, here's the grave of my aunt in New Jersey. So I said that to say, if you see somebody, you still got to investigate it. So sometimes when you draw a blank in your genealogy, go to the grave. The grave's going to be very, very telling. Contact them. See if there's been any change in family ownership, or if there are any of the original employees there. Sometimes you got to call and just simply be nice. Hey, my name is such and such, and I'm calling and inquiring about. A lot of people archive things and put it up on the web. A lot of people have been able to transform the funeral business, or the end of life business to a whole nother level now, right? Maybe somebody has a complete database, and they've saved every obituary, they saved everything. Now, before we had everything on Xerox. Now, you can put things on a flash drive. So if you ever in need of a past obituary, some of them are very up to date, up to the times where they can provide that for you now. They've been spending years collaborating, or compiling, a database based off of documentation that may have had for the last 50 years. Maybe there's a young 20-year-old right there, right now, bored to death, scanning in documents from 1950 when they first opened up this funeral home. So how important are those jobs? So that person uploading these documents makes it easier for me to find my ancestors. So the least that I can do, if I'm ever anywhere, it doesn't matter where I'm at in the world, if I'm anywhere near a cemetery, I can take pictures and upload them to Find a Grave. And then when people are looking for their people, you'll see that I'm the one that took the picture of it. Now you can go in and leave your ancestor flowers. You can update the account. You can put their next of kin. You can put their beloved spouse. You can put their parents. You can put their children or their grandchildren. And then you get to leave a cute little message. We miss you, Nana. We love you. You can leave virtual flowers, things like that. Those are the things that help you connect and stay connected. You got to have a feeling. When you stay up all night with this genealogy, frustrated, ready to throw your laptop out the window, and you know damn well you got to be somewhere, but you just can't take your eyes off this shit, you've been charged. You're not going to go back to not caring about the ancestors anymore. You're going to go forward knowing how to handle them in a particular way in which you never really thought was so important before. Now we know how important it is. Now we know how important it is. So you think that it was totally necessary. I think that it was totally necessary just to do a short build on grave digging and what you can find. And what you can find is that sometimes the elders paid for parcels of land for us to be buried in, and we had no idea that it's available. Now, if hard times ever came, what could you do? That would be worth something, some sort of value. Whether or not does it decrease or does it increase? And in fact, it has to hold the same value regardless, because the cost of life and death does change. The three most expensive things in life: when you're born, when you're married, and when you die, or when you're divorced and you die. Somewhere in between there. But being born and dead, pretty much the most expensive things you'll ever have to worry about in life, that are guaranteed to purchase. Like you may have a $2 million house, but that's not something that you need. You need to be buried. You need to be buried, and you need to be born, essentially, right? So, and then be careful I notice a lot of people, they go into these places and you want to be Indian to these people so bad that you go in there and say, well, I know that they this and that. Listen, them people don't know. You know does not mean all these pilgrims know. Stop holding everybody accountable for the plight of where we at. Everybody is not responsible. And then when it comes down to it, there's niggas that are responsible. And we just went through this with these old skin folk and kinfolk. We had a whole wave of niggas in the indigenous community that is pure D full of shit, don't belong here, ain't got shit, no dog in this fight, and niggas done made them comfortable and gave them a pass. These niggas done got comfortable. They not scared enough yet. They only scared of Moon. They need to be scared of the whole goddamn community when it come down to selling up goddamn swamp water in Arizona.
It's hard to be scared when you're on social media talking. It's like they're in the bedroom making them being somebody that they're not. Because if you made it to 50 years old, you're not out in the street talking to people and cutting up the way you're doing on social media.
That's right. That's right. So at the end of the day, we definitely got some things that we need to take care of. Definitely want to take care of some things. But this grave stuff, dude, is so fascinating to find that there's two of us on those, on those plots. It's like it's pretty much a deed. So we're guaranteed two spots because that's what they paid for back in 1960s. Okay. So now it's weird because his grandma probably 7 blocks away from here. And I've seen those found two boys in quite a few places. I just saw something in the chat. And then here it is that they have already, now that may have been because when they first got to New York, they were in the Bronx. The Bronx, you go right over to George Washington Bridge, you'd be in Jersey in 5 minutes to the Bronx, right? Via the Bronx or even via Manhattan, you can be in Jersey relatively quickly. But from here in Queens, I'm really close to Long Island. So, and Long Island is the easternmost point of New York. Any more eastern and you're going to be in the goddamn ocean. I don't understand what reason that they chose this specific cemetery at the time in New Jersey. I can only speculate now, but one thing I don't have to speculate about anymore is where the hell is my aunt? Where is our aunt? I don't have to, and I think a lot of it comes from me being a preservationist. Just knowing that they were looking for her was like, what do you mean? You don't know where she's at. Get those. You don't want to make them feel bad for not knowing. If she was 4 years old when her big sister died, how would you expect her to know where she's buried at 67, 70 years later? So, we just kind of got to use our common sense with stuff. Pick and choose what we're going to be mad at, or your ass going to be mad all the time. You're going to be mad all the time. So, and Long Island is pretty huge. It is a Long Island because I'm right here at the very beginning of it, the very beginning of its borders, and it will still take me 2.5, 3 hours to get all the way to the end to Riverhead, damn near the Shinnecock. So, and that's with zero traffic. That's with zero traffic. So definitely look into these graves. See if we need to, I got a couple of ideas. I'm waiting to hear from some new tech guys. I know we have a few, but I haven't been able to really chop it up and dialogue and see if they would be able to meet some of the expectations that we have for like a one-stop shop. And I'm gonna make sure that that's an inside thing. I definitely don't want those ideas to get out because there's a couple of exclusive things that we can add to it. We got a lot of thieves in the temple, people that listen to the show and then go and try and do their own spin and build. So we're going to make sure that certain things stay classified until it's time to just bust out with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like talking about shit unless I already got it done, damn near done, and it's too late to turn back. I won't even mention it until then. You know what I'm saying? I sit on a lot of things until they manifest. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather keep it that way. But certain things we're not going to be able to discuss because we definitely don't want those ideas being taken especially by the perpetual thieves and scammers. They don't need to know every single trick and trade. And I'm telling y'all, and it's nothing personal, but I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of building with a bunch of people that have made it very clear that they team everybody. And there's nothing wrong with being team everybody. I'm team human. I'm team everybody too. I'm just team Indian first. And that's not going to change. That's not going to change at all. Right? So at the end of the day, and I'm never going to just be attacking anybody personally. I'm going to attack the work that they do or don't do. I don't need to sit there and talk about how fat somebody is, because I know at the end of the day, when it comes down to giving this information, fat girls is putting their hands into their mouth, hands to mouth, to eat, shove food in. Not really to sit there and build and make sure that, we add into this nation build, because that's really what it is. It just seems all over the place and unorganized and everything. But that's from the outside looking in, because for the ones that's actually keeping in motion and biding their time and taking their steps, ain't nobody missing no beats. Ain't nobody missing no beats. I don't know what everybody else did in the last 4 or 5 years, but I know there's been some fascinating shit that a lot of us have been able to complete, finish, correct, make better, and move on and start something else. We've been able to do that. A lot of us have been able to walk and chew bubble gum. If this thing doesn't work out over here, I got 5 things over here that you don't know nothing about. I keep irons in many different fires. You keep your irons in different fires with your versatility, and you'll never be asked out on your back pocket. Even when it look like that, it might be slow bucks. It's better than no bucks. Winslow used to say. I know if y'all from Queens or in the music industry, you know who Winslow is. Yo, speaking of throwback, did anybody know how come? And I'm late as a motherfucker. Did anybody know Branson, the weed man from back in the days? Branson has a cognac now. I'm just gonna try it I'm gonna try it. Funny story about the first time that I had Branson. I thought that people spiked my weed. This is my first real experience with strong ass potent Cali weed. I had my first high grade puff with Pac, but it was, you couldn't really even pay it no mind. We was young. It was middle of the summer. You take 2-3 pulls. That's not really, you just know you smoked with Tupac. You didn't really care about how high you was. You don't remember that. But Branson, we was grown. Now, Branson days, back in the days, used to have in the Bronx, everybody, even I don't care where you were, you went uptown to go get your good weed. We been stopped fucking with scrub weed back then, So, yeah, from 97, 98, we was, we did the black and, we call it the beef and broccoli. The Bob Marley chocolate, the dark weed, with a little bit of seeds in it, but we had the purple haze. So when you mix that together, it's look like, chocolate and green, like the beef and broccoli Timberlands. So we call it beef and broccoli, right? That mixture. And then Branson had all this fancy hybrid. Branson had the fucking amazing hybrids, the cotton candy and all of that stuff. So, oh my gosh, Bernice Brash, you need to stop it. What you know about Grants too? Oh my gosh. Listen, I remember the patty shop on 125th Street next to KB Khan, okay? Over there by where M&G's and stuff used to be. And they used to have the Bob Marley weed in there. You go in there, you put the money in the hole, $5 will get you damn near 2 ounces of weed back then. But Branson has a goddamn cognac out. I think it's cool. A lot of people are crossing over now. Here you have a street nigga that took an opportunity off these rap niggas and made a name for him and his family. He didn't want to be all flashy in the rap game. He got the niggas stoned. He kept niggas from killing each other and jumping off the roof. Nigga high, you gonna think twice about doing some harm to yourself, right? Shout out to Branson for doing his job.
Ain't nobody doing nothing while they high. You know that. You gonna be like, man, I thought about it. I'm just gonna chill out.
Yep. I used to go on Creston and Elliott to get the wood. Now that was the little wood that you needed a damn hammer to break that up. That's that super delicious chocolate weed. You got you cut it. It's literally in wood chunks, right?
You went back to the day, back in the day. Back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Elliott and Creston, they would never sell me weed. I always had a problem. They would never sell me weed, but I can go get some random Joe Schmo. Hey, I'll give you $5 if you go over there and get me a bag of wood. And sure enough, they would sell it to them. I would be like, look, I ain't no police, nigga. Show my ID and everything.
This
They would
what
be like, sis, get off the block.
well my grandmama called weed dope. So you smoking dope? I've been and got smacked upside the head right about now. You smoking that waffle?
Smoking that dope. Yeah, grandma used to say that. I couldn't stand that word. I'd be
I
like, I ain't
couldn't
smoking
either.
no damn dope.
Yeah. Hey, grandma, no, that ain't. I don't rock like that, grandma. Yeah.
That's right. Like, no, don't say that, grandma. That shit sound crazy. She don't high off that dope. Oh my God. Like grandma, when you say that, we thinking you mean nod out, with the cigarette ashes long as hell, with the Annie, are you okay, lean? That's what you think of when you say somebody high on dope. You don't want to talk about me being stoned. I got the munchies and shit. I ain't falling asleep in the goddamn fridge. Uh-huh. Yeah. I know you were telling somebody to come over to the channel, right? Yeah. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, we got so much stuff to accomplish, to get through, to get to. And I see things working fine. I see things working out fine. The pace has slowed down a little bit because we had a lot of distractions. These niggas stole a month. They stole a month of our build time with bullshit. And at the end of the day, niggas ran out of words. They didn't run out of insults, but niggas ran out of words. They definitely ran out of builds. Webster. Oh, I know that's right. Oh, you definitely might know my people's. Yeah, Burns Brash. That's a. I know some good folks from out of there. I know some good folks out of Webster. Just the fact that I got a funny story about being on Webster. Oh gosh, yeah, man. But anyway, the graveyard. They tell many tales. Did I tell y'all my cousin got a letter from Donald Trump? Literally with the White House letterhead too. There's those letters you cannot front. Ain't no president gave you no goddamn letter looking so fine, right? Looks really cute. And just basically told him, from the White House. And Donald signed it himself. They could say what they want about this nigga, but a motherfucker sending you a letter saying, hey, I'm going to send you a couple dollars. I know times is rough. I hope this shit helps. Yeah, let me go get the letter so I can. Let me just cover up cousin's name, but I thought this was screaming. Look at this nigga, that nigga Donald. This nigga's ill. We'll take a picture of it. And coach, if you could post this on the screen. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of it now. This shit had me cracking up. But they could say what they want to say, but this nigga wanted to take those letters back to make it more personable. I say that is exactly what he did. These niggas be talking shit, and then motherfuckers, you flip the letter over, and guess what? He's saying the same sweet shit in Spanish. God damn it! Y'all better leave Donald alone. Y'all better leave Donald alone. Jay McWill, why don't you let's talk after the show. I don't mind helping you. I see you, and I'm not ignoring you at all. I just the chat kind of goes by really quickly sometimes, but I definitely saw that. So yeah, let me get this oh man, this letter. Okay, so wait a minute, let me see.
You gonna screen share it or
I
you
gotta
just?
send it to you. Actually, I have to send it to you first. I'm just kind of
Oh, you want me
cutting
to
out
edit it? You
his
want me to
address.
edit it?
Yeah, taking
Okay.
his name out and taking his
Oh,
address.
okay. Tempo. Yeah. All right. Say no more. Yeah, I just got y'all know we wild Indians. that a lot.
Okay, so here you go. Let me send this to you, Coach.
Okay, while I'm pulling this up, make sure that you all check out the Wild Feathers on Facebook. The Wild Feathers page on Facebook.
Yes. Just shout out. Where is Styles by Nina? I tried to add her last night. I was able to get Sister Celestine in the group and Tiffany. I was able to get them in the group. There was somebody else. Definitely Nina. I wasn't able to find Nina in order to add her. So if anybody has Nina on their friends list, I think it's KT Alchemy. Make sure you add her to the genealogy group. Invite her there. Give me 1 second. Did you get it, Coach?
I'm eyes are looking.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let's send it again.
was had them documents last night. I was like, ooh.
So I mean, I really thought that this was okay, I sent it again. Hopefully you should get it.
I got it this time.
Okay, cool. And I mean, I'm just saying, who else? Who else? I could give this back to him. I told him that I needed a copy of that so I could see. And then when you flip it over, it's in Spanish and stuff like that. And I said, this guy, they can say what they want, but he's all right. He's all right. Let's see. We're gonna see where shout out to Bones. I see you out there. What's happening, good brother? Michael Brown, Dominique, I'm born here, Queen Majestic, Yagua Z-Tech. What's up, SH? Let me see. My beautiful cousin Davita. I've been dreaming about that cheesecake that I ain't never had, girl. It's about 2 things I can't wait to do when this goddamn lockdown is over. Let's have cheesecake. Okay, some cheesecake I ain't never had. It's definitely one. Let's just say it's the little things in life. Y'all just don't know. So were you able to pull that up, Coach?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm setting it up right now as we speak to pull it up so everybody can check it out.
Right. Right.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
We also have a date. We got some good news. Coach Tasha and I have some good news too. Maybe we'll wait later for Tasha to come through so we can discuss it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a banger.
Well, I definitely want y'all to see this little funny ass letter from Donald.
All I'm doing now is just I'm just cropping out the and I'm done. We good to go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read it while he's gonna post it. And it basically, says it's has the White House, Washington, of course, the notice date. Your economic impact payment has arrived. My fellow American, our great country is experiencing an unprecedented public health and economic challenge as a result of the global coronavirus. Our priority is your health and safety. As we wage total war on this invisible enemy, we are also working around the clock to protect hardworking Americans like you from the consequences of the economic shutdown. We are fully committed to ensuring that you and your family have the support you need to get through this time. On March 27, 2020, Congress passed with overwhelming bipartisan support, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, which I proudly signed into law. I want to thank the United States House of Representatives and the United States Senate for working so quickly with my administration to fast track this 2.2 trillion in much needed economic relief to the American people. This includes fast and direct economic assistance to you, and that is underlined. I am pleased to notify you that as provided by the CARES Act, you are receiving an economic impact payment of blah, blah, blah via direct deposit. We hope this payment provides meaningful support to you during this period. Every citizen should take tremendous pride in the selflessness, courage, and compassion of our people. America's drive, determination, innovation, and sheer willpower have conquered every previous challenge, and they will conquer this one too. Just as we have before, America will triumph again and rise to new heights of greatness. We will do it together as one nation, stronger than ever before. Love Donald. No, I don't say love Donald, but Donald Trump. So yeah, and then you flip it over and he does it in Spanish. Nuestro gran país experimenta this. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I had to hold on to that just so, people could say what they want to say, but he made it personal. He made it more personable. So it's like a motherfucker, damned if they do, damned if they don't. Right? It's the same thing like the people that have these opinions and ideologies regarding what's going on right now. Okay, I hear you. I could take a list. We could check it twice, but I'm going to ask one question. What a nigga going to do? And then they go blank. And then they go blank. What are you going to do about it? I don't want to, do the shadow boxing. I don't want to do the shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we know what it's hitting for. And that's, that's kind of really all we can ask. All we can ask for. Give me 1 second. Let me send this out to Puzzle.
Oh, good. You got it. I was trying to do it, but you beat me. Good. Teamwork make the dream work.
Yes, indeed. I sent to your inbox, beloved. Tasha, I sent to your inbox, though. So, it's not really a big stinking deal, but it kind of was. He took it back to put a fucking signature on it and make it more personal. And, people, he's delaying. They're always going to find something wrong. They're always going to find something wrong, but they're never going to make anything right. Those are the people that I have a problem with. At least I know if you are always in a bad fucking mood, you're always the same way, flowers smell just as shitty as shit smells, right? To the same person, to a person that's miserable, there's nothing that smells sweet. There's nothing that smells fresh and clean. Flowers and newborn babies smell the same as shit. Because they're mad and miserable with the world, right? There are some people like that. Don't matter what it is, how good it could feel, they will find some wrong shit with it and expect you to feel that way too. And that's really, really irresponsible. Halito, Cousin Liz, hi, 20. What's up, Star Strike? Hey, beloved. So you definitely want to make sure that you're making your mark, man.
Everything good? You sent that a link?
No, I just got an email, a text in his first public response to the claim. Presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden denies the sexual assault allegation made by a former Senate staffer. So, of course, that's going to be rolling around in the mire next. Rolling around in the muck and mire. But anyhow, so I'm just saying, definitely got to make sure that we are putting ourselves in a better position. Nobody wants to be caught, like a deer in the headlights, the rug pulled from underneath us, right? But I was just about to do my part. That's what happens when the world going to end, right? Because even though the world didn't end, it was almost like a test run. This was a placebo effect. If you think that the world wasn't watching how we respond to some shit, just the same as we're in a menagerie, right? Like a fishbowl. They're just watching the fish tank and seeing how we all deal with different temperatures and climates and light and dark, right? Seeing how we respond to different stimuli. How will we respond to each other? You better believe that they're paying attention to that. You better absolutely be ready for what's coming next. This is why we have to act like we're running out of air right now and have to learn how to grow a tomato in 5 days or less, like our fucking lives dependent on it. Because technically it really does. Technically it really does. Halito Renee Hall, hey lovely lady. Technically, it's really like that. Grand Rising Indigo. It's really like that. What's up, Bobby?
Uh-oh. My bad. Go ahead. Everything good.
Right? It's really like that. We have to definitely act like we gonna grow some shit because our lives depend on it. It really does. Really, really does. So now what? Thank you so much, Star Strike. You know, so at the end of the day, we're gonna definitely have to hold on. Let me respond. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. We want to definitely make sure that this shit is effective. What it is that we're doing. If you don't take charge of the family, let me tell you something. And this is what the Choctaw elder told me. Bernie's mom told me. She told me that everybody is an heir, but there can only be one chief. That makes a lot of sense because we are all our grandmother's heirs, but there can still only be one chief. I never thought what that meant because I never, certainly never thought myself of as a chief. But now, in hindsight, for the collective amount of years being consistent with things, I can see perhaps why they may think so, right? And I'm definitely not one that's going to just run from any type of responsibility because I definitely take it all seriously. I take it very seriously. Even dog sitting. If you left your dog in my care, I want your puppy to come back with a happy disposition when he goes back home. It doesn't matter. It's just about taking pride in your work. I don't care if my only job was to sweep the porch. Not only am I going to sweep the porch, I'm getting the corners and the cobwebs and the dust because how the porch looks is a reflection on how serious I take what I do. So if it's cigarette butts all over there, but it smelled like disinfectant on the banister, I didn't really do my job. I didn't do my job. We had this saying when we were little to put a little elbow grease. When we did our chores, hey, honey, put a little elbow grease in it. We know damn well there ain't no grease named elbow grease. And if there was, they would have straightened our hair with that shit a long time ago, right? But we had to take that was a way of saying take some pride in what it is you're doing. Right? If you're gonna sweep the floor so good it looks nice and clean, like a vacuum cleaner did it. If you're gonna do the dishes so good that it looks like Cascade done took care of them in the dishwasher. Right? Want to make it look like it looks good. You send your kids out to school in the morning. You don't send them out wrinkled with holy ass clothes. You send them out looking clean, especially on a goddamn Monday morning when they go back to school after the weekend. Monday morning, you got their clothes all ironed, they looking crisp and fresh. Put the Vaseline on their face and shit. You know how that shit go. You get the hair. The girls get their hair done Sunday. It was the presentation. And by the time 3 o'clock came, running all over the goddamn courtyard. Halito David Corey, you're running all over the goddamn courtyard and you don't look no way. You ain't going home from school the same way your mama sent you out. You looking crazy. You done lost half your goddamn barrettes, your ponytail holders, your bobos done fell out, right? You done left one of your jackets, you lost a mitten or something. You don't necessarily come back home, but damn it, they know when they saw you that morning in school, oh, that you were well dressed, and so on and so forth. Because there's pride in what it is that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say we got to take charge. You may not see yourself as a chief, but the consistency of what it is that you're doing for the family, I beg to differ. Just because you don't see yourself that way does not mean that that's not what you are. Does not mean that that's not what you are. So definitely want to keep that in mind. Definitely want to keep that in mind. Shout out to young brother Sean Blackman. This brother been taking that CMOS. He ain't nothing but 32, 33 years old, but I've seen some of the things he's been doing in the last couple weeks, but my brother looked 10 years younger. You know how you can tell that something new came over him and you could just see his vitality coming back. He says his disposition is different. He can tell you how good he feels now that he's been taking sea moss, now that he's been, eating differently and drinking more water, and he left the cigarettes alone. You can look at somebody and tell that they're taking it seriously. And he just look, it just gives you a certain look. And you can see that a lot clearer with women, but when you can visibly see the changes in men looking more youthful, the changes in them, their attitude being more, relaxed and stuff like that. When you could physically see a man that looked 10 years younger right before your eyes, that is not just what is his mind trying to make himself well. It's not just a nigga eating good and taking all the right shit. It's a nigga mind trying to be well with the body. See that right there? I learned stuff. Even though it looked like I'll be teaching somebody, would their response be something that you teaching me too? Something that you teaching me too. Right? So there's certain way that you will react to the things that you learn. Either you're gonna use just your shit for good, or you're gonna use it for bad. And in this case, brother using all his talents for good, and he's not afraid to do so. And I absolutely respect that. I absolutely respect that when young people turn their shit around and they start looking into a thing and be consistent. You think the youngins don't pay attention. You tell them something 2 weeks, and then as soon as you turn your head, they off looking at something else. No, no, no. But when you get those youngins that you give them that fishing pole, and them niggas, not only do they study the art of fishing, but they making poles to set other people up so they can learn how to fish too. That's what I respect. I absolutely respect that. Give me 1 second. I think I had another article. Give me 1 second. I know Tasha's coming in. Let's give me 1 second. See what we got going on over here. And shout out to all the beloved family members that was traveling to get to see their loved ones. I just always ask the ancestors to keep y'all safe on the road and that y'all don't bump into nothing, nothing that'll harm you, and keep y'all safe. There's a lot of stuff going on, whether they reporting what's going on or not. I do not know that, and I'm not a God Jesus person, but I do pray to my ancestors. I have deified my own, and I definitely ask, give supplications, and I definitely ask, for my people to just be covered and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ask the ancestors not to turn their backs on the ones that seem to turn their backs, you know what I'm saying, on them. I ask them to be a little more patient. I also ask them to remove the motherfuckers that's trying to stop us from connecting with them. Remove the motherfuckers that's participating in the ethnocide and genocide. I pray for shit like that. I definitely do. But I definitely want to pay homage to a couple of people that are near and dear to me, and I just want y'all to stay safe, keep well. And the minute this is over, we're gonna link up. We're gonna link up, and it's gonna be dope. I can't wait. I'm excited about that. So I keep a lot of y'all in my prayers and stuff. We got one brother, he's battling some different things right now. And all of this, was at the I don't want to say the apex, but it was really at a strong point in this whole corona thing, where now that he finds out that he has these problems, just what he saw from the own people in the community, just very reckless and wanton with how they were putting out the 5G information, the COVID-19, and very negligent. And now here it is, one of our own, and he's not the only one, but one of our own directly has a problem, and he's fighting for his life. Just because he's not on a ventilator right now, just because he doesn't look like his kidney's about to fall out right now, doesn't mean that he's not going through things. But what I want to say is, think about people don't think about them just being sick. Think of them not being well, because that shit plays tricks on your mind. Being sick, not feeling well, plays a trick on your mind. It causes depression, it causes different types of anxieties, right? And all of those things are no good for us. We know for a fact those things are no good for us, but they happen. I burnt my legs a couple years ago at a job, right? And I got a little something, but I didn't sue half as good because I wasn't really scarred. I swear I got that Wolverine skin, but I did have first degree burns and a touch of second. I just missed third degree burns in certain places, right? Cup of fucking tea with a faulty ass cup that these motherfuckers gave me slides off the table onto my lap. Yeah, I'm sorry. A couple years ago, my legs was looking like the last little pieces of fried chicken that come out the pot when the grease too high and shit. Them last uneven colored pieces of chicken. That's how. And that shit healed. But I said that to say, having to change dressings. Now this shit didn't last long. I had to apply silver nitrate. I had to keep the area clean and dry. How do you take showers and you gotta have all of this? It's like having a cast on, but not, right? And I'll tell you, getting dressed slow, I'm walking different. I couldn't do my normal routine. Everybody that knows me knows we got hella energy. In the morning, I'm up, I'm ready to do the Harlem Shake, right? I might fizz out early, but I get up. When I get up, I got that. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like now, it's 8 o'clock. I'm on my second cup of coffee. And I had to pace myself for that. But I'm telling you, we definitely got a lot of work to do. But I know when you have those types of problems, they bring on other problems. If you're constantly in pain, you are depressed. You remember what it's like to not be that way. You know what I'm saying? So like that, it messes with your mind. Now, my injury was only temporary. But if y'all could see how, I can't get up the stairs. Look how long it take me to get up the stairs. This is somebody that had a burn. Can you imagine somebody that has to drag an oxygen tank? So not only did it teach me about myself, it taught me not to complain, because my new problem is somebody's everyday shit. But I know for a fact, those couple of weeks, I was extremely upset. Yo, that's probably Dana, one of them. Kick that nigga out. Kick him out. Come over here with that bullshit. See, they don't have nothing over there. That's why we don't gotta go over there. Will Fluorescent, you a cornball. Stay your ass out the bill. Definitely don't come over here to grandma's house. I will go looking for y'all to disrespect the fuck out of y'all. Don't do it. Not here. You might control.
Who that person? They can only watch. They can't make a comment no more. They're gone. We Gucci. I even removed the message. It's
over here with that bullshit.
Too early in the morning. It's Friday. I got a real big day today, y'all. I'm scratching. So we ain't gonna let them hater-raters come over here and mess up nothing. Right. But what's good with you, Tasha? What's good?
Nothing much. I'm good. I'm up early because I knew Phoenix was gonna be. You know, this is tough for me.
You're up and vibrant too. I love it.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Good
I like
time.
to build on the graveyards, and that's some good information people need to write down.
Yes.
So they can use it.
And especially write that down, because what happens when people die? You forget.
Yep.
You forget that kind of information until you actually have to get active with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Write that down. Make that part of the action plan. I think we should start assigning teams. We need a team for when people go into hospitals, who makes the tough decisions. We need a team for the funeral team. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that our bases are covered. Make sure that our bases are covered and we stand unified in those kinds of situations.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, I just had someone I know go in the hospital Monday for COVID. So it's getting real out here.
Right. Right.
Well, it's like down here, we don't really, it's like, y'all know how Ebola disappeared. That's how it is around here. Like we got the line to take the test. I seen like 2 cars over there the whole week. I'm talking all last week. I probably seen 2 cars over there.
Wow. Yeah, it went from like 700 cases to 17,000 cases here. So I don't know what
In
they're gonna
Virginia?
do. Yeah, so they've been
Wow.
updating like every other day on the news.
Y'all got, I
These
don't know what's
people are
going
not
on up
social
there.
distancing at all, and then
That
they
don't
be wanting
sound
to
good.
stand all close on you on the line and everything. So it's spreading.
Damn, that's too bad. That's too bad. Well, at least your governor was really smart, though. I can't even lie. It seemed like so long when we were discussing it back, in the beginning of March. But when he said June 10th, I was like, hey, that's kind of smart. Damn, that's a long time. But then, I was just like, wow, that's the smartest thing I've heard thus far. And I've actually used scheduling different things based off of when you guys come off of the state lockdown. I thought June 10th was a pretty safe time because from whatever happens from like some people are getting out today. They're not going to be opening up all of the businesses. However, there's going to be a lot more things that people are able to do in different states starting as early as today. So
Right.
now between now and then, there's going to be we need to just pay attention to what happens in these next couple of weeks. That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
And I'll tell
Facts.
you what, May 15th or May 14th or whatever, New York, Georgia, and a plethora of the other states are looking to, go back to whatever it is that
Oh,
they say is normal
May
because it ain't
13th.
going to be normal again.
May 13th.
Okay, May 13th. Now that's Wednesday. We have May 15th, which is a Friday.
May, we already are halfway.
Yeah, you
Everything
guys
already
are
open.
already halfway off. You guys got your beauty parlors and barbershops.
Man, they've been getting massages since last week. I'm like, y'all talking about COVID?
What?
Yeah, everything open. Hey,
Was it Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing these ladies in here getting their feet done. The massage parlors got folks running. Everything is running full throttle right here. So,
Listen, I ain't mad at that. You
but
can't
check
have
this out though.
them
The
feet looking like you catch dinner with them. You
the
can't do that. You
vice
can't have
president,
the feet looking like you catch your dinner with the feet. I'm sorry. I'm poor pedicures,
the
ling
vice
in the house.
Phoenix, the vice president went into a hospital full of COVID-19 patients that was sick with no mask on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling y'all, the masks, I honestly don't believe they work. Does this person I know that got COVID, he wore the mask and the gloves,
Well, it's
and he still
also
got it.
I know it's
I
also
mean,
a matter how people take the mask off, how they dispose of it too. There's some
yeah, that's
specific ways
true.
that people have to do that. So if they're negligent on that, then I can see it happening. But I know damn well measles is airborne. Little do people
Yeah,
probably remember. Measles is airborne, so is tuberculosis. Now that's something that, from sputum droplets or whatever, airborne in that sense, you can contract the measles.
right.
Um,
And then you got he had preconditions too, so he's a
oh,
little
okay,
older and he had preconditions,
right. So
so that
now
has a lot to do with it.
Right. So now, even with that being said, now you have this. So that definitely makes it a little easier, the pre-existing health conditions. Um, yes, but it's also going to be how we dispose of it. Now, I know if
Right.
it saves you from MRSA, resistant Staphylococcus aureolus. If you can be saved, spared from that, if a mask can keep you from getting consumption or what they tuberculosis, what they call consumption, mask can keep you measles free because measles is also airborne.
Mhm.
Um, and then you noticed people are making it seem as though this is like the first and only airborne virus.
Right. Isn't the flu airborne too?
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. And
so
that's
it's
why,
every year.
right. And that's also why I brought up the measles, because that's something that you can see. That's the physical disease. You can see the rash and whatever. You can be like, oh shit, that person has measles. But people don't realize it's airborne. You should have gloves on and a mask. They don't just
That's
go into
true.
the rooms barehanded with no mask. They even did that back in the polio days and stuff like that too, correct?
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Diphtheria, whooping cough. So, and people have been immunized. There is not one person that has been in any college in the United States since 1989 that has not been immunized. So if you weren't immunized as a child, you were immunized as an adult.
Well, the thing is, here in Virginia, at least, like at community colleges, people who come here illegally can go to college.
Mm.
And we had issues with that, and a lot of people got slack. I mean, for saying something about it because they were trying to protest them being able to let illegal aliens go to school because of that reason.
Right.
So a lot of these, like you said, the measles came back because of people who were from another countries coming here illegally and re-bringing, those diseases across the border. So we see with COVID too, the people coming in here with that. And we
Right.
see with the measles and they're bringing back all these old diseases. So
They brought that Rona.
All these
I'm
things
not
that
for no,
we were
I'm
eradicated.
not for vaccines like that. But people, it's stuff being spread around.
Well, that's crazy. Well,
Yeah.
so what you think? I'm hoping that the numbers went down and not up, and now I'm hearing in Virginia they didn't went up, and I know in Georgia they have went down. So I guess it's just basically what's going on. Um, that's a lot. That's a lot. 17,000 is a lot. See the video of the young brother
Yeah.
did yesterday about dogs killing people? No, I didn't. No, I didn't see it. So, yeah, it's a lot of stories going on. How the businesses are playing the people in Chicago. Sean Blackman was touching in on this morning. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on. So please take care of your family. Take care of your family. Let's see where we
Yeah,
at.
wash your hands and everything. Be healthy. Because even like Phoenix was saying, the way you take off the mask, if you ain't wash your hands, and then you're gonna take off your mask, you still spreading germs.
So if they're gonna let everything open on the 15th of May, then we should have a good picture on how everything should shake up between May and June.
Right.
On how everything look.
Yeah, I'm thinking everything should be good by May.
By June,
Or mid-May. Yeah.
we'll be back to normal. Well, we already back to normal around here. These folks ain't missed a beat. Police got speed traps everywhere. They had a big community fight not yesterday. Everything. I said, man, what's going on? What's going on? These folks came out the house and cutting up. So let me get out of here. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So it's on. Let me see. I think we about to get off and keep it short. Trying to see what's up before we go. I don't know where Phoenix at. Phoenix. Well, I know I gotta.
Yeah.
I'm about to push. I know everybody have a busy day today. And I think Phoenix then stepped off. So what we're gonna do is we do
No,
have.
I'm here. I'm here. I couldn't get to my mute button.
Oh, okay. Here we go, y'all. Let me see. Here we go. Cause it's what today is the first. I don't want to cheat. It's the first of the month.
I was trying to stop myself from saying it.
Yeah, that's one of them songs that's just programmed in you.
Listen, I was in the background going, "Wake up, wake up, wake up."
Yeah, they're gonna have the Bone Thugs verse 3-6 verses on Instagram. I don't know when that's gonna happen. They were supposed to have it last night, but they postponed it.
Whoa. You see your phone, Phoenix? Trying to make sure.
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. Well, Tasha, you can do the honors. We'll let you do
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to announce that we have set the new time for the Atlanta No Grandma Killers tour. It's going to be on the July 4th weekend in Atlanta. So you guys can start getting prepared. Hopefully everything's going to be over with by mid-May, June. So we're
So,
excited, you
so
guys.
those,
Yeah.
We're hoping to see you.
yeah, a lot of
We
people trying to
figured
get
that
out.
July would be a good time, even though people are getting out in May. And in Virginia in June, we would have had to smuggle Tasha out anyway,
Right.
any sooner. But I think we think July will give us a nice good window to see how people respond to being out in general population again.
Right, and
True.
also I know a lot of people ready to get out the house. I know a lot of people like, man, I need something to do. A lot of events have been shut down and postponed. A lot of people are not taking vacation. I know ain't nobody getting on no boats right now, so it's just nothing really much for people to do. So we're trying to have something to help people get out. And now it's a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday. So if you can't catch one, you can catch the other one. So we're gonna do it big for
Right.
those 2 days. We're gonna have a good one. It's
And
gonna be
those who had already previously bought tickets, you guys get the free VIP pass to the Friday night event, and everyone else pay for that.
so you don't have to worry about paying for the Friday event, because you worked with us, so we're gonna look out for you at the same time. We're gonna enjoy ourselves and we're gonna have a ball. So that's basically what we wanted to let everybody know before we got out and get going. Anybody got anything they wanted to say before we ride out?
Any questions? Any questions?
Somebody said they want to get away right now.
Yes, you can
Ah,
still buy your
feel
ticket,
you.
Copper Empress. You guys can still purchase tickets now. We're just letting you know that it's July 4th weekend.
Right,
That's right.
So no,
So the third and
no
the fourth,
Vegas on July 4th. It's gonna be Atlanta.
right? We have been pushed back 90 days
right. So
as a result.
Yeah, so Vegas will be 90 days after that. I can't wait. We ready to get on the road. I have so many messages and so many things that we have worked hard to get done for the April. It was April 4th. So now
Yeah.
we're able to put a lot more into what we was working to get done. Now we have time to get a lot more done. So it's gonna be even better.
Exactly. So Phoenix, I think you said you had a treat for them. A secret treat, surprise. That's gonna be at the event.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got a lot of supporters that people don't know about, and I'm glad we kind of did things the way that it was done, specifically because you can't really show people what it is. You've seen all the hate come out. And I'd
Right.
be damned if I bring this particular individual into some, wild, chaotic situation for stepping out, right? Because they're stepping out on their bread and butter to tell the truth. So kind of got to honor that, you know.
Davita asked, is Vegas in October?
It should be. We're looking for that, but I think we have that other curveball that could be greater than Vegas.
Right.
So we're looking for that. I don't think we should give that one up just yet. But definitely Atlanta, July 3rd and 4th, that weekend is a good deal.
Okay. They look excited in the chat.
Yeah, they ready. I'm ready.
Really
I'm
ready.
just as ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right. Now's the time to get all your outfits, get everything planned.
Oh,
We got time right now.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna be hot. July 4th, man, cook them.
We're definitely gonna have some good food for you guys.
Listen, I'm not mad at anything about regarding the heat, especially when I still have on Uggs and a goose down coat, and it's May 1st. We still got the heat on in the daytime. Okay. I know I done got used to California. I like to have my toes out. I'm over this.
I know that's right.
It's raining here. It's been raining for the last couple weeks.
Yes, 40 days and 40 nights here too. And cold on top of that.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so But this was a good build. This was a good build. I'm glad you guys came through this morning. Definitely appreciate it. We hope we gonna see you soon. So again, if you ain't bought your tickets, you certainly can. July 3rd and 4th, you know what it is. This is gonna be a jamboree. It's gonna be you know, we're gonna be excited specifically because we get to be out and about, right?
Exactly.
Out and about,
Yeah.
and fellowshipping. So I'm excited about that.
Coach, somebody in the chat asked for the details of the event. If you can post the link for them.
Okay. No more. No, I said no more. No grandma.
Wild Feathers page. You can certainly check it out over there on Facebook. All the information is still going to be the same.
Right. So yeah,
we'll update it and put the new dates on there, but all of that is still going to be the same. It's still going to be the same hotels, and whatnot. And actually, we'll be able to. Don't do the hotels yet. Wait until we make that announcement because we have to get a different code all over again so that people will be able to enjoy the discount for that.
That's right.
Right. Or you can go to nograndmakillers.com. Just, till we update. We'll update you on there.
Right.
Somebody said their 93-year-old grandma's going to be in the house for the No Grandma Killer store. That's what it's about.
Oh, my goodness. Make sure you let us know so we can have a special throne seat for the elders. You know that. We got to have something set up special crazy for them. So they just feeling good. And we want to make sure that they're taken care of. So whoever's bringing the grandmother, I missed that in the chat, but whoever's bringing grandma, let us know so we can roll out the red carpet because that's how we do for our elders. I don't know how everybody else do, but that's how we do.
That's why I was telling them it's going to be a lot of elders. It's going to be a lot of elders there. So we're looking for people to be, on their best behavior. And then, later on, we're going to be able to relax and kick it and party a little bit when grandma and them go home. So we're going to enjoy ourselves and have a good time. All right.
Yeah, I think it was SH and SH said it's going to be their birthday on the 3rd, July 3rd.
Hey, and Coach's birthday is July 2nd too, y'all. So this is going to be dope.
Yeah, we're going to have a good one. We're going to have a good one. How they said, good times. But yeah, but other than that, y'all, I think I'm out of here, y'all.
Yes. All right, beloveds. Y'all take care. Y'all keep well. Stay healthy. It's all gonna be good. Chapisalachi.
Peace.
Check us out on nograndmakillers.com for updates, you guys.
That's right. And if you don't have Facebook, catch us over here. We'll be right here on No Grandma Killers. All right. Until we get our own website, we kicking it over here with y'all. All right, y'all. We out. Peace.